Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Hi, hello, my name is Child of Luna Tarot. It doesn't have tarot included in the name, but you know what I mean. So it has been a very long time. So I'm gonna be talking a little bit about some updates on my life and where I am, what I have been doing, so on and so forth. So if you want to skip to the pile selection, go ahead. The selection is, the timestamps will be down in the description, so if you want to skip this part, go ahead. So a little, very big update on my life. I moved to Ireland. That's right, I did move, I finally moved. If you know me personally, you know that Ireland is my favorite country of all times. It's my dream country. So I finally made the move. So I am very proud of myself for making that leap of faith. And just basically starting my life from scratch. So here I am in Ireland, and I absolutely love it. I've seen snow, I've seen hail, I've seen rain, I've seen sun, I've seen every fucking thing you can imagine. So I am pleased with life. I'm in the middle of nowhere, I'm in the middle of nature. I can tell you for sure that my psychic abilities have been enhanced. And what I mean by this is basically I don't need cards for the most part to do my job. So yeah, it's an adventure for sure. I never, I mean, I knew I could do this, but I didn't know I could do this, you know what I mean? But yeah, here I am. I moved to Ireland and I am working a 9 to 5, which is pretty amazing, I should say. Like, amazing because, you know, it pays. It pays really well. But also amazing because I can afford my shit now, you know what I mean? So, whereas in Portugal, I was struggling to make a living. Things are stupidly, like, infatuated, and they do not increase the minimum wage or the wages for that matter. So it's very bad. I know some of you, especially Irish people, Irish folks, they do absolutely love Portugal, and I do understand why. Like the weather is amazing, people are really nice to tourists. And it's amazing, but for the folks that do live there, it's absolutely trash. So if you're planning on living in Portugal, please make sure that you either have a very good paying job or please do not, because it is absolutely garbage. Alright, so another thing is, you don't see my face or anything, but if you do follow me on Instagram, you have noticed that I've been taking care of my hair. It's not bleached now. I've been trimming it and I've been taking care of it, and it's a lot of work, but I can tell you for sure that I am seeing results, and I've never had healthier hair in my life. So just babbling about my hair, it is freaking amazing. And what else? What else is there to tell you? I do not know at the top of my head. My English has improved massively as well, because I'm living in Ireland and I'm Portuguese. But that is basically it. Yeah, that's it. All right. Oh, and also, I launched my private readings. The link will be in the description. So if you want to book with me, that is the only link. The links in the descriptions are in the description. Sorry, the links in the description are the only links in the only social media or profiles that I used, and you should absolutely double check with my videos, because if there's a scammer out there, you know, I don't know if there is, but if there is, please double check it, because those are the only social media outlets and links or profiles or services that I use for anything. So please do double check. All right, so the pile selection here, we have pile number 1. This is the Tarot Mucha tarot with a crystal. With this is red Jasper, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Pile number 2, this is the Crow Tarot. I'm absolutely in love with this deck. This is my baby, one of my babies, with a green Aventurine. And this is the Ethereal Visions Tarot deck for number 3 with some Serpentine or Serpentine. I have no idea how you pronounce it. I'll just pronounce it both ways. So, all right. So we're gonna look. Sorry, I wrote down everything that we're going to be looking, all right? So we're going to look at the truth about their feelings for you, all right? We're going to be checking the energy, as in, who is this? As in, like, how do they identify themselves? Or if this is a person. So you can check the person, if this is the person that you're looking for, all right? Their energy towards the connection and how they perceive you. All right, and then we're going to be looking at the truth in their mind and the truth in their heart, and also some guidance moving forward, how to navigate this relationship or how to navigate this information. Now, we're going to be having an extended version. It's going to be on Gumroad, all right? The links will be in the description, and the extended for each of the groups will be what's next for you in this connection, action they're likely to take, action you're being guided to take. What would they say to you if they could, and any further guidance if the spirits would like to provide. So, this is gonna be a very long one. I'm gonna be sitting down with the decks and channeling. I'm gonna be basically doing what I do in my readings, which is feeling the energy, and the cards will provide a clarification or confirmation about what I'm feeling. All right. Yeah, this is, once again, this is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I will see you in your reading. Bye. Alright, group number 1, welcome to your reading. This is going to be a long one, I think, so grab a cup of tea, a comforting blanket, or a comforting beverage, or a Jesus Lord! Or a comfort beverage, hot or cold, depending, what makes you comfy. Yeah, let's get right into this. I can tell by the energy that this person is they have a very soft voice. That's the mainly characteristic that I'm having, is they have a very soft voice. They perhaps speak very slow or slower than most people. They like to make their point across in a very gentle way. And they like to be understood in a very gentle and magnificent way, I would say. Like, the turtle here is making everything slower. So they may be that type of person that likes to do things slowly but perfectly. You know what I mean? They may also take their time to respond because they want to make sure that they are aware of what they're saying, or they are aware that you can understand them. There's a very big point about being understood. And being slow, soft spoken. Yeah. That's mainly the energy that I'm having. Their voice is very important for them. And they may be very, very slow speaking, speaking wise. this person has a very strong relationship with the earth because of the turtle. They're very grounded. Um, Perhaps there's someone that doesn't daydream a lot. They're very kind of like in their own, I wouldn't say their own reality, but in reality, you know what I mean? Um, but they also can like, they're very peaceful, but also very adventurous at the same time. They're very, I wouldn't say daring, but it's almost as if they're ready to tackle anything while also being grounded, because a turtle is connected to water and earth simultaneously, so they play with those elements a lot. And this helps to ground and connect them to deeper truths of life. Does that make any sense? No matter where they travel lead them, they're always grounded, but they're also always willing to go on an adventure. They may be very great writers as well, because water is very creative, very emotional as well. But with earth balancing it out, they can put things into perspective and into words. So they may be very great storytellers or great writers, and they may also be very well experienced in certain areas of their lives. Because of, turtles live almost forever, right? Like, they have centuries old and they have a lot of experiences. So I feel like that's the reason why they speak so slowly, is because they want to teach, basically. Yeah. All right. So that's basically them. All right. That's basically them. Who is this? This is the person, and their voice is an element of them. It's kind of like something that you can identify them almost immediately, right? So, all right. So their energy towards the connection is Cupid's arrow clarified by the moon reversed. Cupid's arrow is basically having faith in love, and that love is coming. Invitations and meetings. So I feel like this person, if you haven't met them in person, they really want to go out with you. If you haven't met them in person. But they're also very open to love. They're very open to you. Clarified by the moon reversed, like, it seems like this person, their energy towards the connection is very open, because the moon reversed to me is when you allow yourself to love the deepest and darkest parts of your soul. When you allow yourself to be with those parts of yourself and almost as if coexisting with them, which is part of shadow work. I feel, because this person has been through so many experiences in their life, I feel like they understand that in order to be whole, or in order to love themselves, it requires a certain amount of shadow work, and it requires a certain amount of integration of the shadow, right? So it seems like this person, their energy towards this connection is either showing you this aspect that I just mentioned, or they feel comfortable doing this with you. I don't feel any hesitation in meeting or anything. It's just, I would say, even higher learning, right? It's just kind of like, it's my purpose, almost. I lie, I do feel some hesitation. It's like they don't want to. Part of them doesn't, don't, part of them don't want, wait, English. Part of them doesn't want to scare you away because shadow work is scary, first of all. If you have been through a certain amount of trauma, and depending on the trauma, it can scare people away if they're not ready to face themselves, basically. So this person, their knowledge, they're aware that it could scare you away. So there's kind of like there's this hesitation, like they're very willing to teach you, to be with you, to kind of like give you all the information that you need, and to do that shadow work that they love doing. There's a certain amount of love in doing shadow work. This person really likes it. Because again, it's the integration of the self. It's all the aspects, all the parts that have been repressed, forgotten, and unloved, right? So, but they're also in peace with that. With, it's weird to explain because I'm tapping into a bunch of different parts of them. And this is very general, so I'm tapping into anything really. But this hesitation comes with a certain amount of peace because they know that they are doing what is right. Like, it's kind of as if you deserve to be loved. Not only the parts that you love, but the parts that you do not love. You deserve that kind of love. You deserve the beauty and the ugly all together to create the masterpiece that you are. Wow. Wowee. Yeah, that's their energy towards the connection is very peaceful almost, but very knowledgeable. Yeah. All right. So how do they perceive you? We got the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. You are the shit. You are the shit. Like, there's no other way to put it. They perceive you as this amazing, sexy, grounded queen, male or female or none in between. They admire your independence and the ability to make anything that you put your hands into fruition. And they admire your competence. Like, you are a very competent person. It's almost as if you're a businesswoman or a business person, right? And with the Queen of Pentacles, like, you know what you order and you know you're gonna get it, and if you don't get it, then there's gonna be a problem, right? You're very upfront, but also very gentle. And very independent. Like, you must be like an Aquarius, for example. You must have a very strong Aquarius position in one of your big three, because Aquarians, they do love their independence. They don't want to be challenged, and if their independence is at stake, then they turn around, they turn their back and they walk away. They love that in you. They admire that. And it's kind of like you own your truth. You own your story. That's why they would love to integrate or to help you integrate the other parts of your soul into who you are right now, like the masterpiece that you are, because they already feel like you are a masterpiece. There's no doubt in that, but it's just there's certain parts of us that we forget or we don't love as much because they were deemed wrong, or they were deemed as to not feel that way because you have all of this, right? So it represses primal parts of us, right? And your shadow card is the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is usually, carrying too much, feeling burned, feeling overworked, like feeling fatigued. Sorry, you can see that. There we go. Feeling fatigued, feeling like there's too much on my plate and I can't not do this. So that's why I feel like you turned into this business person, quote unquote. Like, you know what you want, you know what you're gonna get it, and if you have to do it yourself, then you'll do it yourself, right? And I feel like one of your shadows is the Ten of Wands. Is like you have so many things to do and you have to micromanage everything and you'll get it done, right? But at the end of the day, you are exhausted. You're exhausted, like you cannot, it seems like you have some sort of resistance in sharing or in kind of like asking for help or something like this. That's why you turned into this independent kind of person, because if if you do not ask for help, then you're gonna have to do it alone, and this turned you into this beautiful independent kind of person. But sometimes even the most independent people, they have to ask for help from time to time because they cannot manage everything at the same time. So it's kind of like this back and forth, right? So I feel like they understand this and they want to incorporate this shadow, the asking for help, so on and so forth, into who you are, so you don't burn yourself out, almost to a fault, I would say. So this is how they perceive you. You're also very well spoken. That's what I'm hearing. They like to slow you down. It's almost as if you have told them or they have noticed that with them you slow down. Because the Wands is a card of fire, movement, constant movement, right? And because they are so down to earth, it's almost as if they calm you down, they ground you. Hey, listen, sit down, talk to me. What's wrong? What's happening? Just take a breather. You're fine. You're right. So it's almost as if either you have told them or they have noticed in your energy field that you slow down. And if you can compare the way that I was talking about how they perceive you, I was talking a lot faster, and now that I'm tapping into them again, I am talking a lot slower. So this is the energy I'm talking about, right? It's the calmness, it's grounding, it's almost as if like how can I put this into perspective? It's almost as if you're always on fire and in an open field, right? Let's picture a fireplace, right? A real fireplace with logs, fire, sticks, whatever. A fire in a fireplace, when it's lit, it goes crazy if it's out in the air, right? It goes wild, it has very high flames, yada 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 yada, right? But when it's covered, as in you have those fireplaces that has a door that closes, and it kind of like calms the fire down. It's still on fire, but it doesn't erase it at all. It doesn't extinguish the fire at all. The fire is still there, it's still big, but it's not out of control. This is the kind of thing that they feel they do to you. It's as in they do not inhibit you from having that fire and that passion, but they calm you down so you don't burn yourself out. I hope this made sense. All right, so let's see. This is, checking the energy, right? We just checked their energy. We're gonna look into the truth in their mind and their heart. All right? Let's see. All right. So, so basically, this is the truth in their minds. The Ten of Cups. How they truly feel about you. The Ten of Cups is usually a card of, we finally did it. It's kind of as if they feel in their mind that they have found the person that completes their puzzle. Because the Ten of Cups is usually a card of, this is the final stage. We have a family, we are fulfilled, we're together, like we have all these little things, these milestones, and this is the final thing. So there's a rainbow over those cups, like we're fulfilled. So they feel in their mind that you fulfilled them, that there's a certain amount of completion, as if they have their finances together, they have a job, they have a job that they love, they feel in their own way successful, right? And they feel about you in their mind that you are the final piece, like you are the final piece to complete this this journey they call life, right? Clarified by the star is basically that we've come a long way. We have gone through so much, we have done so much work, and this is, in their minds, they feel this deep connection towards you. Like perhaps you even talk energetically or telepathically. You have full-on conversations in their perspective, of course. They have full-on conversations with you, and it's this amount of peace. Like they do not have to over explain themselves or tire themselves out to explain their point of view. Like it's effortless, right? In their mind they feel this deeper connection towards you, and it's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. Sorry, that was my leg. It's absolutely beautiful because they have so many stories, and some of them are somewhat tragic or traumatic, but they feel this effortless connection with you, which is absolutely fucking amazing. And they feel almost as if they're at home, or they found their little star, right? They found their source of calmness, almost ironically, right? Because they perceive this connection as in they are calming you down, not extinguishing you, right? Because of the fire that I mentioned, but just controlling the fire, right? And yet they also feel the same way in their mind. So it's this sense of reciprocity. Sorry, reciprocity that in their minds makes sense, right? So in their hearts, however, the truth of their feelings is with the Empress reversed here, clarified by the Ten of Swords. It's almost as if they're one step behind. Like they're like this, right? One step ahead, one step behind. Because they don't want to make you feel like they're smothering you, or they are manipulating you, or they're not, or that they're doing the same thing everybody else did to you. There's this certain amount of respect of your boundaries and your traumas because they don't want to be seen as them, right? So there's a little bit of conflict in their heart because the Empress reverse to me is basically smoothing, like being in, fooling themselves to believe that there is love. I feel like they do not understand. They have mastered their mind, but their heart is still a little incognita. They haven't mastered their heart yet, and they're kind of like, they still don't know how to feel. There's a certain amount of confusion. I wouldn't say confusion, it's basically unknown. There's this feeling of unknownness. And they're trying to make some sort of logic behind this. They want to tell you how they feel due to the Ace of Swords. This is clear communication, a breakthrough, right? But because of this incognita, they don't want to come across as, I feel all of this, but I don't know what this is. Or go back and forth with you and hurting you in the process because they can't quite understand what's happening, right? So in their mind, it makes perfect sense. In their mind, like, you are the final piece. They feel peace with you. You're kind of like their little shining star, so on and so forth. It makes perfect sense. But in their heart, they haven't mastered their heart yet. So it is all confusing, and they can't quite connect the dots yet. So instead of being back and forth with you and hurting you in the process and losing you as a consequence, they're back and forth with themselves, which is safer, I would say, for them. So they may bond with you through words or stories, or through like conversations on the phone, through their voice, through poems. I'm seeing poems. Not the usual roses are red, violets are blue. So on and so forth. Not that kind of poem, those kinds of poems, but like very, I want to say specific, but it's kind of like they came up with it, their own poems. It's very original, but they do stimulate you mentally. They make you think. That's why they kind of like help you control the fire. But in their heart, it's just kind of like this. They haven't completely mastered their emotions or their heart, so they're afraid of telling you with something and then it's not that thing, and there are all these expectations. So they don't want to go through that. In their mind, they're just like, this is my person, but in my heart, I can't quite understand these feelings. So it's hard to put into words what is actually happening, you know what I mean? So yeah, I would say the Lovers being the shadow card, they have mastered the mind but not the heart. There's a certain, they're working on it, but there's a certain amount of trauma that people can only do so fast. I don't feel like this person is young at all, but perhaps they may be. I wouldn't say that they're lower than 30, but they're definitely very knowledgeable in the matters of the mind. the heart, they're doing some progress, I could say. With the Two of Wands here, they're doing some progress with their heart, but it's just, it's hard, you know, like doing the integration, the shadow integration, like that. It is hard, it is painful, not gonna lie, like shadow work is painful as hell. But they're kind of like, they're so advocate of mastery. There's a certain amount of, I'm gonna master this, right? So they're still trying to figure out what the truth of their heart is about you. That's basically the truth. I can't say, oh, they're in love with you and they want to marry you. They want this and this and this and that with you in their future. But the truth is in the energy, guys. Like this is basically it. In their mind makes perfect sense. Like you're the person, but in their heart, like I feel like now some of you can understand why they're not sharing much about what they're feeling, but rather about what they think, because they don't know it themselves, and it's totally normal. It's totally okay. But some of you, I can feel it already, that you're just kind of like, oh, I'm in the same place. I just came here for answers, and I still don't have them. This is bullshit, right? But the truth is, the energy is here. Like, I'm not lying. They're not. They don't know. They're getting there, and slowly but surely they may open up about their feelings, but unless they understand it themselves, then I don't feel at all that they're gonna share much. So in order for them to share what they actually feel and not what they think, it has to come from them, basically, because the energy is this. Alright, so I'm gonna check further guidance or guidance moving forward in this connection. I'm gonna be shuffling on camera, so if you like the shuffling, go ahead and stay. I'm gonna sneeze. Damn. Alright. Let's see. I'm sorry if the lighting goes on and off. It gets brighter and then gets darker. I'm in front of a window, and Ireland is, it never decides on whether it's sunny or raining. So yeah. All right. I'm going to, if you don't mind, I'm gonna put all of this upright because a lot of them are reversed. And I want to make sure that when they pop out, the energy either reverses them or stays upright. Because this is how I'm not trying to cleanse the energy, but this is how I do it, and I haven't cleansed this deck. This was gifted to me. This was gifted to my sister, and my sister gifted it to me. I've traveled with it, I've done readings with it, but I haven't cleansed it. So, but the energy is potent, I can tell you for sure. The energy of this deck is very potent because it has been used by a previous reader and their energy is still in it. And I can tell that they hold a lot of knowledge, but I'm not trying to channel that knowledge, you know what I mean? If you're a reader, you understand. Alright, so let's check guidance moving forward with you. Guidance moving forward in this connection. There's guidance for group number 1. What is guidance? What is the guidance for group number 1 moving forward in this connection? with the third person. We have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Knight of Pentacles reversed. We have the Ace of Swords. Okay. Let me put this here. We have the Queen of Swords. Final card, we have the Six of Pentacles. All right. So basically what I'm getting from this is don't... So basically, don't be spontaneous, but don't be too, I wouldn't say harsh. Don't be too, I can't find the word, but hopefully my explanation will make sense. So the Knight of Pentacles to me is someone that proceeds slowly, has a plan, they're resourceful, and they're always looking for something to learn, right? With in reverse, it's kind of like a warning. Do not be, be spontaneous, like it's the opposite, right? Be spontaneous, but, right? But don't be a fool, or don't be, oh, hello, sunshine. Don't be irresponsible. I can't find the word though. But hopefully I made sense. Like, don't make harsh decisions about this connection. Like, be spontaneous. If you can meet this person, meet them. Like, the Six of Pentacles is about giving and taking, right? This is all about spending quality time. Like, spend time with them, like in person or not. Spend time with them, talk to them. This is all motivating you to talk to them. Like the Ace of Swords is a card of talking, communication, clear communication. So perhaps if you stimulate their mind enough, they may or may not start to understand their heart, because you're stimulating their mind. You're picking and you're kind of like picking and plucking, you know what I mean? But the Ace is the Ace. The Six of Pentacles is also a card of, in my other deck, is a card of multiple love languages. So if you spend time with them enough, you may start to understand what is their love language. Because, for example, my love language is mental stimulation. I love deep conversations. I love being kind of like, talking about certain topics, or you know, there's also acts of service, like being there for you and doing something for you, like cooking for you or something. Like, that's an act of love. That's a form of love language. Or cleaning the house, or just doing something for you with nothing in return, right? Or basically, I cannot, there's a lot of forms of love. So if you spend time with them enough and be a little spontaneous, but trying to understand how their mind works so you can understand how they feel about you, it will also help them to understand their heart. And with the Queen of Swords here, it's basically, I feel like knowing what you're saying, right? Being spontaneous, but knowing what you're doing, knowing what you're where you're trying to get. Like being yourself, but being cautious, but being spontaneous at the same time. Does it make sense? Like spending time with this person, like spend time with them, get to know them more than what, like the layer that they're showing you. Like, you get to the deep stuff, you know, because the Queen of Swords doesn't settle for the surface. The Queen of Swords doesn't settle for the first or second layer, that they go deep and they deep talk and they, like, understanding their language. I feel like it will create something so beautiful. I wouldn't say that they will get obsessed with you, but they're kind of, you won't get out of their mind. Like, you have this essence of them. If you can do this with them, they're yours in a very beautiful and non-toxic way, okay? They're yours. Like, in their mind, it already makes sense, but if they understand what they feel about you, this is a beautiful connection and a beautiful to be relationship, actually. Let yourself loose. That's what I'm sensing. Let yourself loose, because there's a certain amount of resistance, when it comes to getting to the deeper layers, because you're so, I wouldn't say you're so used to being, I wouldn't say controlled, because that can come out toxic, is it's the internet. But there's a certain amount of, you're so used to being, what is the right word? I want to say tamed, but it's not tamed at all. And not controlled either, because it can come out as toxic, and it's the internet. You're so used to being calmed down that perhaps switching the harmony, it's not switching the harmony, but I can't find the right word. But you know what I mean. Switching the harmony can be a little scary, I would say, but if you spend enough time with them, you will have a breakthrough, and so will they. And this is beautiful. So basically the guidance for you is to spend time with them, understand their love language, go out with them, actually. Also, it will help you immensely if you do go out with them, so you can feel the energy. You can feel that in first person. Do not settle for the first layer or the second layer, but also don't be too pushy. That's why the Knight of Pentacles is here. Like, be adventurous, but don't push it, right? It's a warning, like, do it, but with caution. And you'll have this breakthrough. And it will be fucking amazing. I can tell you, I can feel it. It will be amazing, and you'll have a beautiful connection. If it doesn't turn out romantic, then that is fine. It is a connection for a fucking lifetime, I'm telling you, okay? But it is beautiful, intense, knowledgeable. Like, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Chef's kiss, all right? So yeah, this is what I have for you, group number 1. We're gonna get into the extended, alright? We're gonna be talking about what's next for you in this connection, action they're likely to take with you, action you're being guided to take, not only just this action about, spending time with them, so on and so forth, but also, like, what are you being asked to do aside from this? What would they say to you if they could? And any further guidance if there is any. So, yeah, thank you so much for letting me read for you. It was fantastic. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and give this video a big thumbs up if you like this type of content, because I miss doing these long format readings so much. I've been doing, like, if you know where I do my readings, I do it on an app, and it's usually like a 3-minute recording video with as much information as possible, and I can't babble, I can't stutter, otherwise I'm just gonna be lost in thought, and it's just so, it makes me feel free. It makes me feel free, but it's also exhausting. All right, so this is what I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe down below if you're not already. And I will see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. So, we're gonna be looking at who is this person that is being represented with the Panther. Their energy towards this connection, which is being represented by the Grim Reaper, and how they perceive you as the Page of Pentacles. All right. So, I'm gonna check in my book. All right. I can tell for sure that this energy is a little heavier from group number 1. Group number 1 was very whatchamacallit, uplifting, very pure, very loving, still very shadowy, very it was leaning towards the shadow work aspect, but still very genuine, very pure. Now, your group is a lot darker, almost, I wouldn't say manipulative, but it's very rigid. The energy is not light or moldable, it's very rigid. It's very, I don't know, like, this is it, like, you know, this is it. Rock solid, you know? So the Panther, basically won't stand to see your growth or energy stagnate. This is a very different energy. Hold on, it's almost as if a father figure, almost as if it's tough love. Excuse me. Almost as if it's tough love. Like it's almost as if they want the best for you, but won't necessarily tell you. I don't know, it's weird. Instead, this person pounces into your life and causes all kinds of havoc. I feel like this person is just, it's here for a reason. And I feel like this reason has to be with you getting your shit together. And this havoc has the intention of bringing you toward more fulfilling, more of a fulfilling life. This person is very unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes devastating to be around. But after all this dust clears, it's easy to see that this person is here for a reason. I feel like, yeah, this person is not necessarily someone that you're gonna get into a relationship with. I feel like this person is causing havoc, and it's for a reason. This person is here to show you that you need to get your shit together. It's confusing, it's uncomfortable, but it's kind of like, pay attention to how you feel about this person, or to how you feel when you're talking to this person, because your feelings are messages, and they're telling you where in your life you need to get your shit together. Like, for real. It's not. Alright, I'm not even sure where I was because I just looked up and my phone wasn't recording. So I'm gonna start from the beginning. So this person is here to cause havoc. in certain aspects in your life so you can get your shit done, but actually get your shit done and get your shit together. This person is not here necessarily to have a relationship with you, but instead to, but they are here to teach you how to listen to your emotions, because your emotions are messages, and those messages carry information into what aspect of your life need to change now, because it is not fulfilling you, it is not serving you a purpose, it's not serving you at all, and it's not just finding a solution that serves for the time being or that works for the time being. It's actually changing everything. Because the Panther here, I'm not necessarily sure if it recorded that part of the reading, but the Panther is here to cause havoc, but in a very positive way. They won't stand here to see your growth or energy stagnate at all. Instead, this person pounces and causes all kinds of havoc energetically with the ultimate intention of bringing you towards a more fulfilling life. This person is unexpected, it's uncomfortable, and sometimes it feels devastating, but after all the dust clears, it's easy to see that this is wisdom at its core. It's kind of like this person is going to make you go through these experiences, but they will make you a better person. Yeah, it's kind of like certain aspects of your life need to change right now in order for you to have a better life. That's the energy of this person. It's very uncomfortable, very rigid, very father-like, and if you have traumas involving your father, I don't want to say daddy issues, it can be very uncomfortable, but this person is here to kind of like cause this havoc in a good way, although the energy is very uncomfortable and rigid and it's not very good to be around, but it serves a purpose. This person serves a purpose in your life right now. So their energy towards the connection is the Grim Reaper, and basically this is, like I'm saying, this person is making you feel a certain way about a certain aspect of your life, or certain aspects of your life, or your life in general, in order for you to understand what you're feeling and change your life for the better. Like, what's not working for you, if you do it in a different way, it won't work. You gotta change. Like, you gotta change 100% what you're doing, because it's not working and it won't work. Like, you can't expect a different result by doing the same thing or different variations of the same thing. You need to find another way. So this person is not here to they're not a bad person. It's just, I don't feel like they're a bad person, but they're just so rigid that it can come across as that. It can come across as being aggressive or self-destructive, like almost if they're like destroying who you are and what you work for so hard. Like, it can come across as that for sure, and I understand why and how, but ultimately it's just showing you, like, even if this person is just showing you that you need to change your love life or the people that you surround yourself with, even if it's just for that purpose, it is a purpose. It is there and it's doing its job. This person is not meant to be in a relationship with you, or they don't want to, at least. It doesn't seem like it's, this person has a purpose. They have a role in your life. That's basically it, okay? And this is it, to get your shit together, to get your life together, to grab it by its hands and its feet and its legs and drag it around and just listen here, you dummy. Just get your ish together, do things in a different way. Like, you cannot dress a baby, a 3-year-old baby with 2-year clothes, expecting it to fit just because they used to fit, right? You gotta buy different clothes. I'm not really sure why I use the baby as a reference, but that's what came to mind. Right, so their energy towards this connection is basically that maybe they're destroying you. I don't want to say destroy you, because this is the internet and shit gets twisted, but it's destructive. For some people, it's very destructive. But there's a reason. Gotta change that. Maybe you gotta change the people that you surround yourself with, or maybe you gotta change the people that you connect with, or maybe you just gotta say goodbye to this person. I don't know, but there's a purpose, and it is to get your shit together. So how they perceive you is basically a person that is still learning. Like, they don't know everything. Like, they're you envision the path that you wish to travel. You hold the vision and you manifest it, but it's kind of like you need to change something in order to achieve what you want. You need to spend, it's kind of like they perceive you as someone that still needs time developing a clear view and prepare for where the road may lead you. It's very as if you're still learning, you're still young, but if you want, it's kind of like, it's very pushy. I don't like this energy. It's very pushy. Like, if you want to be this or to become this, you need to change this. It's very pushy. It's very pushy, but there's a lesson in this, and you can definitely take notes from that. But they view you as someone that is still growing, still developing, still like needs to spend time developing that clear vision, to develop the strategy. You know what I mean? Like, you want to, let's say, a famous writer, or you want to launch your book, or you want to be a YouTuber, or you want to get a promotion in your job, or I don't know. There's something very specific about becoming better or more, and you're struggling with it. This person notices it, and it's kind of like they're pushing you. They're pushing you to do that. I don't feel like this person has bad intentions, but they definitely can come across as, having bad intentions. Very destructive, very pushy, very masculine. I don't know, it's very uncomfortable to be around, but it definitely serves their purpose here. Definitely serves their purpose. Alright, so the message has been delivered. Let's see the truth in their minds. Alright, where are the cards? There you go. Let's see the truth in their mind. I'm not entirely sure how long group number 2 is going to be, because group number 1 was like half an hour. So let's see. Alright, so what is the truth of their feelings for you in their minds? In their minds, we have judgment. No surprise there. Oh yeah, the devil. Okay. Alright, I'm sorry. Hold on. Judgment and the devil. And what is the truth about their feelings in their hearts for group number 2? This one flew. The 3 of Wands. Okay. I'll just lower these. Okay. Number 2 on the sun. Alright, so this person doesn't have bad intentions with you. Alright, so the truth about their feelings for you in their mind. Alright, so they relate to you in a way where they perhaps have gone through the same thing or a very similar thing, but the way that they're going at it is very pushy and unhealthy. All right, this is the truth of their mind, and I feel like they're bound by this rage or frustration. They don't want to see you go through the same thing. They want to see you succeed and ascend and grow, but the way that they're doing it is not really beneficial for you because you feel uncomfortable being around this person due to their very strong, demanding, and unflexible masculine energy. And it seems like you are very uncomfortable with male energy as well. This specific one, not necessarily at all or in general, but this specific one makes you feel uncomfortable because it either reminds you of someone or you've never known what it feels like to be around male energy. So you either grew up with only your mother and sister. I don't know why I say sister. But you either grew up with a very feminine environment, or and this energy is very uncomfortable because of that. Or for some of you, this reminds you of your father or your father figure. And it's not necessarily a good thing because you perhaps went through trauma with your father figure. So it's not necessarily a good thing that this person is coming around, but there's a purpose for this. This person is not really going at it in a beautiful way at all when it comes to teaching you something or to make you see something. Because they definitely want to see you ascend. They definitely want you to learn and to apply what you've learned in your life. And it's kind of like they want to transform you, basically. But with the devil here, they're not going at it in a very healthy way. It's very pushy. And I feel like they're aware, but this is what works for them. So they're kind of like implying this on you. It's not really good. But in their heart, they want to see you expand. They want to see you grow. They want to grow with you as well. With the Three of Wands, this is kind of like moving together, seeing your progress together. You make them happy. They feel happy around you. They feel almost as if they feel wanted, or they have a purpose as well. They feel like they have a purpose. But I don't sense any sort of romantic feelings or anything. I feel like this pile is just a matter of getting a point across and making you understand that this person is not supposed to be in a relationship with you. They're supposed to show you something, to teach you something, and then they're gone, I feel. Or not, but they're here for a reason for sure. And this is it. To get your shit together. They're just perhaps not making their point across in a very subtle or a way that you can understand for sure. It's very... almost as if it's demanding you to get your shit done. Like, this is very specific. But then there's this soft part that I'm sensing. Like, they just want to see what's best for you. They want the best for you. They feel like you deserve better than what you have been receiving. So this is their soft part. And I feel like it is genuine. Like, they're a hard rock. They're a very hard person. and they come across as hard. Like it's very cruel to say, but it feels as though that this is only a comparison. I'm not saying that this is true. It's only as if they struggled to feel loved in the past, or they struggled to feel worthy, or struggle to see their worth, and so they're feeling and they're seeing that you are in the same spot as they were, and they don't want you to be in that part. They don't want people to be where they were. They want to kind of like cause havoc, like shake them up, so they can get their shit in place and see what they see, basically. But I feel like this person is not going at it in a very healthy way with the devil there at all. But then, yeah, they're very soft. Deep down, they're a very soft person. It's just masked with this hard rock, so they don't go through the same thing. I feel like they went through a bunch of trauma, and they created this capsule around them that just doesn't let other people see what they are or who they are, and they come across as just unpleasant to be around. But this is just their defense mechanism. They're just trying to defend themselves. See, this is why I say, like, this is not always straightforward and rainbows and butterflies. We're always gonna look at the shadow, the light and the dark. Like the light is they're soft. They want to see you happy. They don't want to see you go through the same shit. They want to see you grow. They're happy in your company. Like you make them giggle. You make them feel good. But the other side is they're causing you havoc. They don't make you feel comfortable because they went through a bunch of trauma, and they created this shell around them that doesn't allow other people to see who they are, so on and so forth. Like, we're never gonna only see the light. We're always gonna see both. All right. So let's check guidance moving forward. I feel like this is just a message to come across so you can understand this person better. I feel like because you feel their hard rock, they're so impenetrable, like they're not easy to penetrate, that you feel like this person has no feelings whatsoever. Like they're just jackass, or they're very hot and cold. You can never understand them. So let's take a look. Let's take more of a look on their heart, because we already understand their minds. The Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is usually a card of opportunities, right? It's usually a card of wealth, like a new opportunity to create abundance, but it's definitely up to them to make this abundance last and to be something solid. So I feel like this person definitely feels like you have a lot of potential to be better, become better, do better. It grounds them. It's almost as if I don't want to say they want to protect you, but they want to teach you in order to protect you. Does that make sense? They want to teach you to get your shit together so you can protect yourself. So you can become better. So you can know better. You know what I mean? What is the truth in their hearts? The world. Like, this person is soft. I'm telling you, this person is soft, but they've created such a strong barrier around themselves that it's just so hard to see their softness, and it's hard for them to come around and show their softness. Sometimes I feel like they slip, because I'm feeling like this back and forth energy, this hot and cold, where they become almost affectionate. They show you affection, but then they take a step back because they're noticing that they're showing their soft face and not their hard one. So there's a lot of back and forth. Like there's this softness and harshness, softness and harshness. Like they mix the tough love with soft love, and it makes you very confused. It makes you very confused. But they definitely have a soft side. What is the truth in their heart? Yeah, this person has a very soft spot for you, at least. But for you to get your shit together, you need tough love. That's what they think. That's the truth. Sorry, that's the truth in their mind. In order for you to see that you need to get your shit done, or your shit together, your life together, it's almost as if they know that you need the tough love. But they're coming across as very havocy. They're not doing a very good job at doing their job. They have a very soft spot for you. That's definitely all I can say. They have a very soft spot for you. They become affectionate, but then they take a step back, but then a step forward, and then a step back. It's very back and forth. But yeah, they definitely see you as a long-term potential, but I mean, the fact that they know that you need to get your shit together and they're doing all of this, it's almost as if they're not gonna do anything else. Unless you get your shit together. But like, long term. Not just for the time being. It's kind of like get your shit together for the long term. You're still learning. That's a good thing. You're still learning. You're still developing. And that's a good thing. So you're still somewhat moldable, right? You're still open to ideas, to perspectives, so on and so forth, but they're doing a very bad job at getting that message across. So yeah, they have a very soft spot for you, but it's just uncomfortable sometimes to be around this person because you're so confused as to what's happening and where you stand almost. Like this person, in their perspective, they know where you stand. But I feel like if you're looking for a relationship, it's just where, you know what I mean? And they're not looking for a relationship. They're looking to get their message across, but they're just having a hard time. They don't know how to do it. They're doing it in a very aggressive way. All right, so guidance moving forward for group number 2. Guidance moving forward. The Magician, the Four of Wands, the Five of Swords, and I want one more card because we still have not only time, but space. Alright. And, the Queen of Pentacles. Guidance moving forward is exactly what I've been saying. Get your shit together. But guidance moving forward when it comes to this connection is to keep an open mind. There's always going to be disagreements. That's normal in any connection. Doesn't matter if it's romantic, friendly, coworkers, anything. It doesn't matter. There's always going to be conflict. But the way you navigate that conflict is totally up to you. And it dictates the energy for the relationship. You're always going to bump heads. But just make sure that you understand both sides. That you know where you stand and you know where they stand. And keep an open mind to to their perspective as well. As long as it's not toxic, just take this with a grain of salt. If this is not toxic yet, keep an open mind to all the possibilities. You are the one in control of your life, and you will always be, all right? You are the one saying yes or no, or if the advice or perspective applies to you, or if it relates to you, and if you think or believe that it will make a change in your life for the better, then you're always, remember this, you're always in control of your life. This person, no matter how knowledgeable they are, no matter how much they want to see succeed, you always have the last word and the last decision. All right, just remember this, please, for the love of God. Don't let anyone else dictate your life. Just you and you only. All right. So, keep your mind open. Keep your options, quote unquote. Take as much knowledge, I would say, from this person, and pay attention to your feelings, because your emotions are very great messengers, and they will definitely point to the areas of your life that need to change. And if you need to pick their brain for ideas or points of views, or kind of like share that, then do it. Also, take it with a grain of salt, and only apply to you what you feel it relates, and you feel like, yeah, okay, this could work for me, and try it out. Again, like, sharing your point of view can cause friction. You're gonna disagree. That's point on blank. You're gonna disagree. That's a fact. But keep an open mind. And if they come across as toxic, or someone implying their worldwide view on you, then you need to know how to draw a healthy line. Because the Four of Wands, it's not necessarily like a relationship, marriage, celebration. It's also about healthy boundaries in a relationship, I would say, because it's harmonious, and if it starts becoming harmonious, then you need to draw the fucking line. You don't need to stop talking or anything like that, but, withdraw, right? Withdraw. Talk to them from time to time. Don't make it a big thing. Don't make a point across that you're gonna cut communication with them. Just simply have a healthy dose daily or weekly or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you don't own them an explanation. Just make sure that it's healthy for you and for the harmony of the relationship that you have with this person. And another thing with the Queen of Pentacles, oh god, my knees. Damn, I'm getting old. Alright, so basically, the Queen of Pentacles brings security and balance to the situation. And reminding you that you can handle it all. Alright? You're secure, you're safe, you're loved. Just don't mistake your kindness and compassion for frailty. Alright? You are one tough person. And you're a very big protector. Alright. Because you have been surrounded by a lot of feminine energy, you have the ability to soothe yourself. So if you ever need like substituting, or even your family if you're still in contact with the people that you grew up with. If this applies to you, of course, you can contact them and just basically be around them. You don't have to explain what's happening, but just being around the people that you grew up with, mainly your sister, a sibling, is going to be very comforting to you, even if you don't talk about the subject. Just being around them, you know what I mean? Just, you know techniques that can soothe yourself, can soothe you. So basically, this is how you can, basically, I wouldn't say create harmony, but how you can manage and balance the energies that are surrounding this connection for sure. All right, so we're gonna be we're gonna be doing the extended now. It will be on Gumroad. The link will be in the description for you. We're gonna be looking at what's next for you in this connection, what action they're likely to take, what action you're being guided to take, what would they say to you if they could, and any further guidance if you need, aside from this one. So thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments how this resonated with you. Leave this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! Hello group number 3, welcome to your reading. Hi, hello. So we're gonna be checking their energy. If this is a person, if this applies, if this resonates with the person that you are thinking about, then this is perhaps your pile. If not, then perhaps this is for somebody else, or you can check the other groups for that. All right, so we have the crocodile here, which represents who this person is. We're going to be looking at my handy dandy book, because I am not entirely familiar with animal energies yet, so we're going to be cheating. All right. Also, this is the 9 of Wands. It simply doesn't fit in frame. Alright, so basically, the crocodile is, this person doesn't seem very talkative, because the crocodile is basically a creature that looms, is above the surface. They watch a lot. They don't make a lot of noise either, unless it's necessary. It's basically not in existence. So they're very quiet, and they're a lot of their time they're inward. They're thinking. They're watching, right? Maybe they're that type of person that just letting the things be. It is what it is. There's a whole lot of power in that affirmation. It is what it is. Letting things be, right? It's basically this person doesn't make a lot of decisions or actions or discuss about a lot of things. They're basically, it is what it is. This doesn't mean that they're lying around hoping life's challenges will disappear, because they're a lot smarter than that. I feel like they have learned to not get in the way of certain things that they cannot control. So it means, to them, it means intentionally withdrawing, gathering their awareness, observing and building energy. to kind of like fill up the vital reserves, so their next move comes from a place of wisdom and power instead of a place of fear or rush, right? So they're very patient. They're very patient and very quiet almost. I'm having a hard time like hearing. I feel the energy and I hear the energy. It's just the hearing part is just not happening. But this is a person. They're very quiet. They're very patient. They're not trying to rush anything. They're very calm. And yeah, that's about it basically. All right, so their energy towards the connection is coffee cup. This is basically meeting and talking, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, and friendship. So I feel like they like to be in the moment with you. They feel very calm in your presence, and it's basically, it complements their calmness as well. It's not chaotic. It's not always movement forward. It's just in time. I feel like you also take your time with getting to know people, and they appreciate that. They don't feel rushed to talk to you. They feel good. They feel like it's a well-balanced relationship or connection. And yeah, they're just in the moment, savoring the moment. Yeah, there's nothing special about it. It's just being in the moment. It is what it is. Like they're not trying to accomplish anything. They're not trying to prove themselves. They're not trying to rush into anything. It is what it is, right? So how they perceive you is the Empress. The Empress is beauty embodied. It's like you have this essence that they cannot explain. They cannot gather their hands around it. It's just absolutely amazing. The Empress is the manifestation of creation, the mother, right? And they see you as someone that invites them to reconnect with the natural world and nourish what they have created. So you're basically a person that allows them to be. That's how they perceive you, is allows them to be, and they actually reconnect with that calmness with you, which is actually very beautiful if you think about it. It's kind of this world where everything is so fast, like so out of order, so chaotic sometimes, right? For instance, if this person has a 9-to-5 job, right, in a corporate or, well, actually any 9-to-5 job, really, everything is fast. Everything needs to be done right away. Decisions need to be made right on the spot. Like, it's chaotic. It's exhausting. And sometimes our brain gets overactive, where, for example, I do work a 9-to-5 job, and it's chaotic. It's all over the place. Like, you have to do things very fast. Sometimes I do come home and I do things as fast as I do in my job. I forget to turn off, right? I forget to leave the job where it is and come back home to my life and slow down, right? So it's almost as if this person has that kind of lifestyle, and your presence allows them to slow down, to come back to their own nature, which is being slow, being calm, being patient, being silent, right? So you create that kind of pleasure. You create that kind of, I'm hearing sustainability. That's even a word that can be applied. And then the 9 of Wands, how they see you is someone with a lot of defenses. Like, you have a lot of walls up. But you're also very courageous, very determined. You're very persistent. Like you gotta get your shit done. You gotta get your things done. You're hopeful. You're hopeful for like a better solution. Like you're always thriving to be better, to do better, to say better. That's how they perceive you. Like you're always trying to evolve, to practice, to kind of like to work on yourself, right? You're always a work in progress. You're a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time. That's what makes you so beautiful. Like you're this beautiful essence. Like it makes them feel really good, and they absolutely enjoy your friendship and the time that you spend together. It's absolutely amazing, actually. So this is how they perceive you. It's just a beautiful creature that allows them to come back to their nature. And it kind of like slows them down if they have a chaotic day, right? It's beautiful. I like it. Very calming. Very different from part 2. I can say that for sure. Alright. So we saw how they perceive you, which is actually very beautiful, if I say so myself. Alright, so we're gonna be seeing the truth in their minds, which is the truth about their feelings in their minds. Alright, so we have the 9 of Pentacles reversed. These are the feelings in their minds. Ooh, we have the 2 of Cups. And the Magician reversed. And their heart, please. Their heart, we have the 6 of Pentacles. The King of Swords. And the 10 of Pentacles. There's a lot of Pentacles here. No Wands, though. Alright. So, the nine of Pentacles reverse. The truth about their feelings when it comes to you. The reverse is basically materialism, setbacks, loss, overindulgence, right? In their mind, it's kind of like it's, how can I say this? I need to read the energy first. It's almost as if they want you for themselves. Alright, the Magician here reversed. The Magician reversed is usually a card of manipulation and not seeing things as they are, right? It seems like they, I don't want to say, feeling powerless without you, or they feel a certain way with you. I wouldn't say codependent. Perhaps it can turn into codependency, okay? Because the way that the energy is building, I can tell you for sure that if they don't become aware of this fast enough, it can become codependency, as in they will need you to calm down, and if they don't hear from you or if you don't talk to them soon enough, they can become really out of control, I would say, like really unsettled, I would say, because they like the duality, the balance that you have, but I don't feel like they can find that balance within themselves just yet. So the truth of their feelings for you in their mind is it's for selfish reasons. it's because it makes them feel better, and that's totally fine. Like, wanting to be around someone that makes us calm down after a long day at work, like, it's totally natural to want to be around this person. But it's kind of like, it's to the point where they get lazy to find that sort of balance within themselves by themselves, right? So that's kind of the truth of their feelings for you in their mind. It's just, it's like, this person makes me feel good. They calm me down. I like the way I feel, and the way that they bring me back to my reality, to my space, right? But it's kind of like, if they can do this without me going after it and looking for it, then I don't need to worry about it, right? So it's kind of like, it can become codependent. It can turn into codependency because of this. So just be aware. All right. The truth of their feelings for you in their heart is that they absolutely adore spending time with you. The Six of Pentacles is about giving and taking. This is about charity. Like, they love the quality time that you spend with them. Like, they love hearing from you, getting messages from you. Like, they love talking to you. The King of Swords, though, is basically, whatchamacallit, they find you extremely intelligent, as if you have the best piece. Ow, 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 ow. Hold on. Oh, God. That was so bad. Oh, man, I have to stop moving around because that hurt like hell. Ooh. Oh, no, that's not a good pain. That's not a good pain. Oh, man. Damn. I'm sorry. Sorry. I don't have a setup. I'm literally recording on the floor, and I'm sitting on my legs, and it's just not comfortable in any way, shape, or form, and I just hurt my, it's not, I don't even know what body part this is. In Portuguese, it's canela. I hurt my canela. The muscle that connects the leg with the feet. The foot. Sorry. Ugh. Alright, I'm fine. They find you extremely intelligent, and I feel like you have provided some valuable information or valuable advice when it comes to techniques about self-soothing. That's very specific. But self-soothing techniques that kind of like help people come back to themselves after a period of chaoticness. This is very specific about the self-soothing techniques. But in all honesty, like, they find you extremely trustworthy and fair, and it's just, you have a lot of knowledge, and they like that about you. For sure, they love spending time with you. They love all the knowledge that you share. I'm just gonna show you the cards on top of the other ones. I love all the knowledge that you share, like the little things. That's my hand. The little things, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, and all in your independence, your abundance in knowledge, because the Pentacles are about not mundane things, but earthly possessions, and that also includes knowledge. That includes studies, like advice, all the things. It relates to the physical aspects of life: work, health, finances, creative outlets, and material possessions. They may also appear as a mirror for what manifests in the physical world. So perhaps you being, or not you being, but them feeling the truth of being the Ten of Pentacles. This is all about achievements, satisfaction. So they feel, not only they feel satisfaction, I don't know, with you by being around you and being around your knowledge and just basically sharing a bunch of stuff with you. Like, they absolutely adore that. And they kind of like, they suck everything. Like, they love knowledge, but they don't search for it. I want to look into more details as to what do they actually feel, like their emotions. How do they emotionally feel with you? We have the Queen of Pentacles, of Wands, sorry, and I saw one other card, the Ace of Pentacles. All right, one more. Their emotions, please. All right. So the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands represents an independent person who is confident, outgoing, and friendly. And basically, when it comes to the matters of love, they approach it and relationships with self-assuredness that is very refreshing. I feel like your energy is very refreshing for this person, because of how you present yourself as well. You're not likely, I also feel that you're not likely to change who you are in order to fit any of their desires, and generally you don't care what other people think. So that's very refreshing for them, and very kind of like your advocate for the people that don't have a voice. That's what I'm hearing as well. And you're very you're very encouraging when it comes to being open and proud of their individuality, and going out in the world and mingle, basically, to kind of like be themselves and go after what you want, right? You have such an amazing view of people and world. Like, you're very realistic, down to earth, very, I wouldn't say critical, but kind of like very realistic. But at the same time, you have this amazing nurturing energy about you. Nurturing self, the self. And you basically, they feel like they can stop worrying about how they appear or how others perceive them, and simply enjoy being around others. You know what I mean? Like, it's this self-empowering kind of thing that you have. And because of your courage and self-possessed nature, it draws them to you, and you inspire them to do the same. It's very nice. It's very refreshing to this person. So that's how they feel about you. It's this immense, almost respect, I would say. Immense respect for you. They know they can't fool you. That's for sure. But that is really good. They also feel that you're loyal, a lasting person in a relationship. You're very steady, generous with your time, with your energy, and very reliable as well. They feel like your connection with the Ace of Pentacles is very stable and secure, and its influence gives them the confidence to take risks and explore as well what applies to them, what doesn't, what makes them feel good, what doesn't. You know what I mean? So it gives them a feeling of independence almost, and allows them, each of you actually, to thrive as individuals while bringing more back to the relationship. So that's how they feel about you. It's basically this independence, this fire to be independent. Yeah, it's really nice to be around you. That's how they feel. Like, it's so nice. And they may even it's really nice. Like, I don't feel an immense amount of love, but they do have admiration for you. Sorry, for sure. Jesus Lord. Damn. Every time that I read on the internet, I always have the hiccups and burps. I don't know. And finally with, oh, I'm seeing my neighbor's dog. They're so cute. They're Malamutes. They're so beautiful. They're white. They're white as snow. So the Knight of Pentacles reversed. They enjoy their time alone. That's why they're a crocodile. They like to stay still. And they do not like to take any emotional risks at all. So they may be, that's why they're maybe quite quiet. They do not talk much about their emotions. And this also comes from a place of fear of being rejected by others or by you. Like, they don't want to be rejected by you. So they don't, they're afraid of being rejected by you because they may feel that you don't feel the same or it's not reciprocate. That's why they don't speak much about their emotions, because of their fear of being rejected. And they also don't take a lot of emotional risks because they'd rather be quiet. I feel like they don't know much about self-expression, or communication even. They're very, I don't feel like they're a shy kind of person, but they're definitely that type of person that doesn't say much, that doesn't talk much. They're the quiet kid, you know what I mean? So yeah, they're not willing to take any risks emotionally, and they're afraid of being rejected by you. But you definitely bring out some of that peace, and the self-power aspect of the Queen of Wands, while also providing a safe and reliable space for them. So they definitely feel really good with you. It's just that they don't take risks. They don't talk. They're kind of like the quiet kid in the back of the classroom, you know? It's very... the energy is very... That shy kid, shy, quiet kid. They don't say much. Maybe they don't know if they're saying the right thing, so they're rather stay quiet. You know, it's a bunch of mixed emotions that they're not, their energy is very, nah, you know what I mean? I just don't do that. I would rather not to, you know, I've never done that, right? So this may be a younger person, or actually, I feel like they're very young. They don't have many experiences. And at least energetically, they feel young because they don't have that many experiences. That's why I say they're young. But even if they're a young adult, or an adult for that matter, it doesn't matter their age, they're just quiet, you know. Could be because of also a lot of trauma that they went through. They just can't figure out. The devil here, see? The devil still has their past, their strings, their everything in between. They still have a lot of control and hold on them, so that may be the reason why they also don't say much. But I'm also hearing, I just don't do that anymore. So it may be because of trauma for a lot of you, but for some of you, it's just they never had the experience, so they don't want to experience it at all. So, guidance moving forward for group number 3. I got the 5 of Cups. This is usually a very sad card, because it's about grief and crying over spilled milk, right? Guidance moving forward for group number 3. is moving forward for group number 3, please. We have the Sun. Ooh. Sun, 7 of Pentacles. We also have the King of Pentacles and the 5 of Swords. Alright, so guidance moving forward is to basically don't take this the wrong way, but try to see the connection with this person as it is. Don't try to make it something romantic or something with the potential, or falling for the potential that this has because of how they feel about you, right? Just see it for what it is, because the 5 of Cups is all about sadness, but also you're crying over spilled milk. Behind you, you have all this, you have 2 other cups. It's like, you know, it can be this, but in reality, what's behind me, it's this. So you may not have a romantic relationship with this person, but you have a connection with them. They make you feel good. If that is the case, you make them feel good for sure. And you have this connection with them, right? And the Sun here is also about enjoying the little things, enjoying time with them, and kind of like trying to get to know them, perhaps getting them out of their shell if they're willing to. Of course, don't force them to come out, you know, but trying to get them out of the shell little by little, like getting to know them, like, you know, having quality time with them as well. And 7 of Pentacles is a card of perseverance and patience. Like, you're trying to make something worthwhile. You're trying to make something be fruitful in the future. So it's kind of like you need to plant the seed and water the seed, be patient, be consistent, right? If you want to get something out of this. But honestly, just kind of like enjoy what you have, and don't try to make it something that it's not, because that's where pain comes through, and that's where things start to not work. The King of Pentacles is a person that is very mature and very down to earth. So again, channel this sort of energy if or when you're thinking about this connection, and kind of like reminiscing or daydreaming a little bit. You have to kind of like pull yourself back to reality, because that can be the future, but it's not what is in front of you. So try not to fall for the possibility of what they could be. Instead, be in the present moment and see who they actually are, and what is in front of you, because you can have a beautiful friendship with this person, and just stay friends. You don't have to be in a relationship with every single person that enters your life, and you know this. It's just, sometimes this person doesn't say much. It confuses me. I don't really know what to expect, and honestly, there's really nothing much you can expect. They're just trying to figure themselves out by being around your energy, because you have this natural healing energy. You're so self-assured, so you push them, quote unquote, to be their best versions of themselves and not care about what other people think. You know what I mean? Like, they may be the black sheep of the family or the odd kid in the background. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, they're learning that, so it is. And because they're learning that, they're showing you who they are. So it's like it's giving and taking. Right now, the point is, do not focus on the possibility of being in a relationship, but rather getting to know this person, where they are in life. There's a quote that I love that goes, accept people for who they are, but put them in their place. But put them where they belong. So honestly, accept this person for who they are, like, get to know them little by little. Like, you have to go slowly, because this person doesn't open up much. So again, try to enjoy the most that you can, and getting them out of the shell is a task in itself. So do it slowly, don't tire yourself, and you know, it may seem as though that with the Five of Swords here, it's kind of like it's pointless. This person will never open up, and you may get into arguments because you know they don't open up much. They don't know how to communicate properly, perhaps, and it's just you know it's normal. Once again, accept people as they are, put them in their place. Right? Healthy boundaries is also very advisable. And I do advise this a lot. Yeah, arguments and disagreements will always happen in any sort of connection. So it's just a matter of, you know, balancing things out and finding the sweet spot. That's what I like to call it. So, yeah, this is what I have for you. All right, this is what I have for YouTube. We're gonna have an extended version. We're gonna be talking about what's next for you in this connection, action they're likely to take, action you're being guided to take simultaneously, and what would they say to you if they could, and any further guidance if you need any. So, yeah, this is about it. Thank you so much for watching thus far. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you related to it. And comment down below what you think. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye now!